Wait.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay, so let's pause. Why were you going to the mental hospital?
So
Did anything like ever happen to you when you was younger, or something
yeah,
big?
my cousin on my mom's side. It makes me, I don't know.
You ain't gotta smile through it. How does it really make you feel?
It makes me resent boys. Like, I don't like men at all. I hate them with a passion. Like, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why, like, I don't want my dad to take it personal, but like, it's one of the reasons why I don't like want to stay with my father, only because of like, I don't like being around male figures. I'm not used to being around male figures.
What's up, YouTube? It's summertime and things are heating up in Atlanta. Make sure you go cop the merch at AtlantaStreetInterviews.com. Now back to the content. What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews out here with a special guy. So this is a new, but it's really an update. So she is his daughter. Are you homeless?
Yes, I'm homeless at the point right now.
Okay, and so how old are you?
I'm 38.
38, and so how long have you been homeless?
I've been homeless for like, just got out of prison like a week ago.
A week ago?
So it's been a week I've been homeless.
Okay, about a week, okay. And so how long was you in prison for?
3.5 years.
3.5, and so what made you have to do 3.5 years?
Yeah, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon.
Okay, did that happen down here in Georgia?
Yeah, it happened in Georgia, Hinesville, Georgia.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, Fort Stewart military base.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay. So you got caught with a weapon. What was you doing? Allegedly doing, or whatever.
See, you know what I'm saying? Like, a dude threatened my daughter. Shot up in the air at my daughter, sent a message to me, so I went to go look for the dude. I seen the dude and I posted up at the store for the dude. Dude called the cops on me. Cops can't pull up. Took the weapon out my pants. And
that was an easy one for him.
That was an easy one for
like,
him.
You basically teed it up.
Yeah,
okay.
Told on me, man.
Okay, so you see his daughter. So how you doing today, sweetie?
I'm doing good.
All right. So yeah, your dad, wanted me to talk to you because he talked about you in his interview, and you were 16 at the time. You're 17 now. And, you was living up in New York, and, with your mom and your other siblings. But now you're down here. How long ago did you come down here?
I'll say like a day ago, not too long.
Oh, wow. You, just got here.
Yeah, I'm ready to go back. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, that fast?
Yes.
Why?
I spent because, I don't know, yes, it's opportunities out here, but like, I'm from, not really from the South, but like, I was raised in the South. So like, you gotta know somebody to get somewhere out here. And this is ATL, so you gotta really know somebody to know somebody.
I get it, but not when you're 17. When you're 17, the world is your oyster. You can go any direction that you want to go. Right, so and hold on real quick. Okay, so I had to check on the sound real quick, but I'm gonna come a little closer. If I'm all up in your face, my bad. Okay, but it's just for the audio. Okay, so yeah, you just got here. Why are you so ready to leave so soon?
I don't know. I've adapted to New York, so it's like I came from the South to New York, and I had to adapt New York lifestyle, and it's just like I've already adapted, and it's way more opportunities. Like, my parents personally doubt me, and I've been showing my mom at least that I could make it on my own. My dad's, he just got out. He's trying to be there for me, and I'm trying to, accept that. But I want him to understand as a parent that I've been away for so long that I'm used to doing stuff by myself, that I'm 17. I'm about to be 18, so.
When do you turn 18?
February.
Okay, so not anytime soon, right? That's all the way next year.
Months,
I got you.
Couple months.
But okay, you sound like my daughter talking about her birthday and it's like next year. I get it. But okay, so let's figure this whole thing out. So first of all, you're 17. Your dad spent about 3.5 years or so in prison, right? And he went to prison. He was like 12, if I'm doing the math correctly.
13.
13. Okay. And so he got out last year. When we interviewed him, he was out for literally just like a couple of weeks at that point.
Yeah.
So he was fresh out this time last year, okay? So in that time, he's come up, in my estimation. He's he's done his thing. A lot of people get swallowed up in Atlanta.
Yes.
And he's able to, this place that he's working, he's been working here for pretty much since he got the job, which was shortly after he did the video.
Yep.
Right? So, you know, shout out to your dad, man. He's done his big one. He's done his big one.
My dad's been doing his big one since I was first. Since I was in the womb, my dad's been making it happen. Never said my dad never. My dad is making Mr. Make It Happen.
That's right. That's my guy, man. That's my guy.
Real father.
So I want to know though, what brought you down here in the first place?
Well, I had a lot of complications up there in New York. Like, my mom, she's not like really stable right now, and like
financially or other ways.
Other ways, she's not like stable. So like, I couldn't really live with my mom because all I really know is both my parents. So if one is good, I'm always with the other. I'm never nowhere else. But shit hit the rock, so I had to.
So what was happening? What was going on up there?
A lot. What's going on?
Get it off your chest. Talk about it.
Like, and when I say a lot, like on my mom's side of the family, just mad family history going on, and it just never stopped. So like, they kept that on them, and like big fights.
Family
just kept
history
up
as far as
happening.
what though? Like what was at the crux of it?
Like stuff that was happening like before I was born. Like, I don't really know, cause like I don't get into grown folks' business. I always stay in my lane.
Hey,
so,
listen,
like,
I ain't mad at that, young lady. All right.
I always stayed in my lane.
I ain't
My
mad at
daddy
that.
definitely told me stay in the child's place, and I always stayed in the child's place.
Okay,
Sure.
so basically it was some stuff going up there that I guess has some type of effect on your mom and her ability to be mentally stable, I guess.
Yeah, because the only reason why we went out there, and my dad talks about it, the only reason why we went to New York because our house burned down in Georgia, in Hinesville. Our house burned down, so my grandma and my mom's side of the family, they all in New York, and they stay in New York, so we had no
to go back up there, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't know
and
that
then
that's what happened.
Yeah,
I didn't know that's what happened.
Yeah, then my little...
I thought it was just because he had went to prison.
No, not even just that. Our house had burned down, and then my little sister, before our house had burned down, my little sister, she started acting funny, and I had researched that my sister had seizures, like, she had epilepsy, and she was only like 3.
So she needed the help. She needed to get back.
And like Hinesville, so small.
Yeah, small town, country town.
Yeah, military town. The hospital was not gonna help my sister, and at that time we didn't have a car, so we would have to drive to Savannah, and like
that's too much. Yeah, no.
Making it. So we had no choice but to go to New York. And when we went to New York, I'm not gonna lie, I lost my mama. I lost, not like she passed away, but like physically, like I lost my mama. Like a lot of things happened, and like I don't know. I feel
so
like.
let's not skip that part. What do you mean? What do you mean? Like
at the time, I felt like my mama was choosing a nigga over me, so I distanced myself and I try to find love elsewhere.
Where?
In the females.
Okay.
I try to find the love in my mom in females.
At least you can diagnose that at a young age.
Yes, I can take accountability on all my hurt.
So you started dealing with women or whatever. Were they older women?
No.
Okay, so
for some reason, my first girlfriend, she was older than me, but after that, I've attracted nothing but younger women. But it was never like too younger than me, just like 1 or 2 years younger than me.
I get it. So close enough to your age.
Yeah.
Right? The one that was older, the first one though, how much older was she?
She was like, I was a freshman and she was like a junior going into
Okay,
senior.
so I get it. Y'all in the same
I was
age
just
range.
going into freshman.
Okay, got you. Okay, so because what actions led you to think that your mom was choosing the guy over you?
So like, I love you, Mom. I love you, Mom. Do not take this in no disrespect. You know it's all love. I love you. But like, I felt like, me personally, I never cared about my mom dating nobody or nothing like that. I actually wanted my parents to not be together. I really did. I never wanted them to be together at all. When I was younger, I definitely did see a fairy tale. But as I got older, I said they don't need to be together. So as my dad was in jail, my mama, you know, she was figuring out life. And
Right.
she, you know, she was hurt. And I told my mom, like, you know, you don't have to be stuck on daddy. So
Right.
she went and she tried to, you know, look for love. But I felt like she was looking for love in the wrong way. Like, how I say it? Like, she would find somebody, she would like, I don't know,
Like get too deep into them, like too fast type deal? or
not
something,
even,
or?
because I will only say it was only the nigga she met when we got to New York. Everybody else before, I really would say my mom had a I don't give a fuck mindset. But it's like when we got to New York and she met that one dude, it's like,
I get it. She got whatever matized.
yeah.
Okay, so what I'm trying to figure out though is how did that result in y'all having whatever issues?
So like, we were staying with her mom, which is my grandma, and at the time I had a girlfriend, and I felt like it wasn't right that I'm sitting here watching my sister 24/7. I'm not in school when I'm supposed to be in school, finishing my junior year, and I'm watching you be all booed up and lovey-dovey. So I asked, you know, my uncle if I could bring my girlfriend over and have my girlfriend. And it's not like my girlfriend just sat on her ass. She helped me with my sisters. When my uncle called the mental hospital on me, she sat there while everybody left the house. My two little sisters. She sat there and watched my sisters while I was going crazy in the mental hospital.
So what? Wait.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay, so let's pause. Why were you going to the mental hospital?
So that day, how it all started, my mom. Nothing can really like get me upset for real besides like my mom and my sisters. Like,
Well, tell me what happened first and then reverse engineer the story.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting to.
Okay.
So my mom, like, she was with, I think she was about to leave or something like that, and my girlfriend was there, and my uncle's girlfriend was there too, and my uncle was there, which is her brother, and she said something, and at that time I was very depressed, and I told her, like, I'm sitting over here cutting myself, I'm sitting over here going crazy, and you telling me to cut the blue line, like, you worried about a nigga and I'm going mentally insane. And like she was like she bugged out on me and was like, oh, I never told you to cut the blue line, I never this, I never that.
You say cut the blue line? What's that?
The vein right here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, when you cut the blue line, that means like
Wow.
you're finished. My uncle, he was like, he called he was like, oh, I'm calling the mental hospital because there's something wrong with you, and I bugged out. And then the ambulance, next thing I knew, the ambulance was downstairs, and I'm like, wow. And I told my girlfriend, watch out for my sisters.
So this is based on what you were saying is why they did it? So it's not like you like spazzed out and like went crazy or nothing. It's just like based on what you had said.
Yeah, what I said, they put me
Right.
in the mental hospital.
Was that your first time in a mental hospital? Okay. So let's pause right here. Okay. What is the real source of your agitation?
Like, what you mean?
Okay, let's just back up. Where were you born?
New York,
New York? What part?
the Bronx.
Shout out to the Bronx! Shout out to that big. Yeah, your dad's the same thing. Well, he grew up there or whatever, and I was actually born in Mount Vernon, so I don't know if you know about Mount Vernon.
Yeah, I know Mount Vernon.
So man, shout it out. Shout out New York. Shout out what they call upstate, even though it's really just on top of the Bronx. Shout out to Westchester. Shout out to Mount Vernon, all that. All right, and so growing up in the Bronx, you had both mom and dad in the household, right? Right, and they lived in the house together and everything else. For a while, it sounds like you was the only child.
For 10 years.
Okay. Did anything change when your siblings came along, or like did that cause any type of change or whatever, or for you was it just, oh yeah, I got siblings?
I mean, I always begged my parents to have a sibling, but I felt like when my first sibling, I mean, let me take it back. I've already had a sibling. I was the only child, but my dad stepped out of the relationship and cheated on my mom and had another baby. So I have a long lost sister.
Is that right?
Yeah, shout out to Layla.
He didn't tell me that part.
Oh, of course he's not.
He didn't tell me that part.
He's not gonna tell you. Shout out to my other sister, Layla. I love you. I'm gonna come find you when I'm 18, I promise. But yeah, I always knew of her, and I've always wanted like an actual sibling to grow up with because I was the only child. I was bullied growing up in school. I was always alone, and my parents, they was so worried about their relationship, so they would forget about me a little bit. So when my first sister came, I was excited, but like I seen more of my parents fighting. I really thought it was about me. So like I felt some type of way, and I said I didn't want my sister no more. And I would say like cruel stuff. That I'm not gonna say because I know my sister gonna watch this one day.
Well, you can explain it.
I only really said that because like our parents drive me to insanity.
You say what?
Our parents drive us to insanity, and like.
Is it just because the arguing and stuff or whatever? Like, so that was like.
It was a lot because they would put me in it.
I get it, and that's what. Listen, parents tend to do that. So, I'm gonna go ahead and ask this question, get it out the way. Did anything like ever happen to you when you was younger, or something?
Yeah,
big?
Okay. My cousin on my mom's side, when I was 4 and when I was 10 years old, he molested me. And as I, grew up, it just never really stopped. Like, not by my cousin, but like in general, like with grown men in general.
How? Like, what grown men would be around you?
Like, some of like my dad friend of a friend would like, back when me and my mama was homeless, my dad, friend of a friend, he had a car. We was in Hinesville, and that's how we would get around. And like one day he took advantage when my mom went to work, and it was just me and my baby sisters in the hotel. This is one situation where I was sleeping next to my girlfriend. We was homeless together, and we were sleeping next to each other, and we slept in a trap house. And the nigga that was in the house with us, he touched me next to her, and my girlfriend, love her for that. She stood up, she grabbed a knife, she did something about it. But yeah, it just never stopped as I grew up. To this day, still get looks, still get.
So what happened with your dad's friend? Like he end up having sex with you type deal? Or?
Well, he tried, but like at that age, I knew what it was, so like I really tried at that time to prevent it. Cause like
what
when I was
did you do
10,
to prevent it?
Like I avoid every question. Like he asked me like, do you have a boyfriend? Have you ever done sexual intercourse with a boy? And I kept saying no.
This is when you was 10? No, this was older, right? This was once your dad after your dad had went to prison, right? Okay. So so we're gonna dive deep, but I want to go back to him going to prison thing. But okay, so you say this kind of never stops. Do you think that some of that is the reason also why you shade towards women or whatever?
Yes, a lot of more reasons. And another reason why I shade towards women is because I'm looking for my mom's love, and my mom's not giving me that love. So
let's talk.
I look for that love in my girl.
So let's
not really my girl.
So listen, let's talk to mom right now. No. It's easier to have these talks when they're not right in front of you, and really get it off your chest. Don't hold anything back. Like, she's a grown woman, she'll be able to handle it. Okay, you're the child. Sometimes children don't get to express themselves to their parents because they're afraid of their reaction. They get gaslit and manipulated. So this is your opportunity to truly, because you're saying it, your actions are showing it, but maybe you need to talk to her directly.
Mama, I just feel like personally, as your firstborn, the first daughter you love so much, I just feel like you could be with somebody but not have your head so far up the nigga's ass. Like, you could be a boss bitch like how you claim you are, and you could do what you gotta do. So
tell her how her actions made you feel, right? Don't tell her what she can do. Tell her how you feel, what the result was to you.
So the result, right? So the result of me watching you chase after my father, me watching you chase after all these men, I result into one female. And look, Y'all tell me to leave this girl alone. Y'all tell me not to be with her. But I get it from y'all. I really get it from my mom. Like, everybody's telling me not to be with the girl I'm with, she done me so bad, so dirty. I can't. That's the only person. I love my baby girl. I'm not gonna do her like that.
Well, no. I asked for truth and transparency, right?
So, like, when we had broke up, the person she was staying with invited me over, but I knew we both wasn't together. And I went over there, and everybody was telling me that she was gonna come with her girlfriend. And in my soul, I'm like, she wouldn't do that. She wouldn't do that. She would not come knowing I'm here with the next girl. Okay, so she came with the next girl, and that broke me. Like, that really broke me, because same girl I got touched next to, same girl I ran away with, same girl I was homeless with, not eating, not doing nothing with. I'm watching you lay in the same bed with the next girl. Not even a bed, the same couch we slept in. I'm watching you do the same thing.
So what ended up happening?
She told me that she wasn't even liking Shorty for real.
Just tell me what happened. Did y'all get into a fight? Did anything like that occur?
I told her to come outside, but she ain't come outside.
Okay, so
I
listen.
told her and the girlfriend to come
So
outside.
I'm gonna say this, right?
Yeah.
You're at the age where when you have intense feelings, they're gonna be really intense. And you're also at a place in life.
But you also gotta think about it. Your actions is your consequence. So whatever you do, that's gonna be your repercussions.
Well, I'll say this, right? Let me finish, right? So I get what you're saying. But I think that, one, like I say, you're at that age where feelings are going to be intense anyway. But even if you was older, it's a thing called trauma bonding, right? So if both of y'all are in survival mode, you're both in a place of trauma, then that's more so what that bond is. And that's why she can so easily just go lay up with the next person and do like that, because the bond isn't foundationally built correctly. It's based on trauma, and those feelings tend to be intense, and they easily get mistaken for love and things like that. But it's just it's an intense feeling that feels like it, but it's not quite it. And especially what happens is, most of the time, once the person is out of the trauma, or one or the other is out of the trauma or whatever, then that it just fades away, right? And so what I'm gonna say to you is this. So you're 17, okay? It sounds like there's a lot of trauma packed in there, okay? Based on your parents' relationship, based on the things that have happened to you. What was it that happened at 10? We didn't even get into that. Like,
when I was 10, this was when my mama was pregnant with my sister. When I was 10, my mom and dad was in a gang. Our house got shot up in Florida, so it was unsafe for us to stay there. So my grandma told us to come to New York, and we went to New York, and my mom's cousin, whatever he is, he was there. We were staying with my uncle and my grandma.
How old was he at the time? About how old? Like teens, 20s, 30s, 40s?
I'd say 20 or 30.
So he's 20s or 30s? So he's a grown man?
Yeah, grown.
Okay.
He has common sense. So, like, when I was 10, everybody left the house, and it was just me and him. And when I was 10, that's when I started discovering my porn and all that extra stuff. So I knew what it was. So I was sitting in the living room playing a game, and he came up and he was like, "Oh, you know how to do this?" And he showed me a site, and it was girls bending over, and I was like, "No, I don't know how to do that." And then he kept asking me questions, and he was like, "Oh, you want to play a game?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I'm 10, not thinking nothing of it. We went into the room my mom and dad was sleeping in. He pinned me onto the floor, and he was trying to put his yeah. So I had kneed him like from the back, because I was on the floor, like on my stomach. So I kicked him from the bottom, and I ran from I ran to my grandma's room, and I locked my grandma's door, and all I heard was, "Oh, you going to sleep?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then after that, he's still been around the family.
Did you tell that happened?
Yeah, the first person I told was my dad, and I knew how crazy my dad could get, so like, I didn't let my dad do nothing.
What do you mean you didn't let him do nothing?
I didn't let my dad do nothing.
But you told him?
Yes.
Huh.
We was all downstairs, like.
So you told him right when it happened?
Yeah, like when my mom and dad came back in from the store, we had went outside, and I was like, "Daddy, can I tell you something?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "But I'm scared." He was like, "It's okay, you can tell me." I really wanted to tell my mom, but.
Why didn't you tell mom?
I don't know, cause for one, like, I don't know. It's her side of the family, and I don't know. I just feel like, always felt like she wouldn't believe me on something like that, cause that physically never really happened to her.
So did she ever find out that it happened?
Yeah, my dad told her right after I told him.
And what was her response then?
She was like, "What?" And like she told my grandma, and my grandma made it seem like I was lying, that never happened. And I remember we all went back upstairs, and he was claiming he never did nothing, and I felt some type of way, and I just left it alone after that. And then
So they didn't believe you. So they kind of see you like a black sheep almost. That's what's going on here. You're moving from place to place to place to place. It sounds like with what they would say is behavior issues or whatever. But it sounds to me, like I say, like a lot of trauma and a lot of adults not maybe handling you properly is what it sounds like, right? Sounds like you had to grow up kind of fast, as far as your thoughts and the things that you was exposed to. Indulge me, because I don't want to sound too crass, but what was the first age that you was penetrated?
4.
So that's what happened at 4? Well, so what was it that happened?
When I was 4 years old, he had came to visit with my uncle. This one, me, my mom, and my dad was in Georgia.
And who was this?
The same dude from the age of 10. Yeah.
So he didn't penetrate you that time at 10, or he did?
I felt like it was penetrate only because like his thing was like literally on my ass. Like, it was bad.
But he had already penetrated you at 4? And so what happened? How did he get, what? So I guess was it similar, like he was at the house and, you tell me, what happened?
Like when I was 4, I was left alone. I don't remember like when my mom and my dad went, but I have this memory of when I was 4, and I go back and I look at my pictures because I want to see if it really happened. When I was 4, my uncle, he was in the army at that time. He came to visit because he was doing army in, I think it was Augusta, Georgia. So we wasn't that far. He needed somewhere to stay. He was there, and I don't know how my cousin, my mom's cousin, ended up coming, but he ended up coming, and I knew it's a memory only because, for one, you know when you're young and as you grow up, your memories start to fade away.
Yeah.
But
This memory sticks.
yes, but it's like little key memories, like little details. Like for one, I remember before the whole scenario even happened, the cousin had stepped on my dad's snake. My dad is a witness. Call on my dad right now. Yeah, he was over there and he stepped on the snake. Okay, so acknowledge he was there.
Yeah.
Cool. When I was 4, I was still drinking a strawberry bottle. Like it's crazy. When I was 4, he was there. It was nighttime. I don't know where my mom and dad went. I was in the living room watching SpongeBob, and he was in my mom and my dad's room. And he called me to my mom and my dad's room, and he was like, I don't know what, but I remember he pulled my pants down and he ate me out on the floor. And then after that, he pulled out his little thing and he told me to suck it or lick it, and to me it looked nasty, so I was like no. And then he went to the kitchen, he put syrup on it, and he was like lick it, and I was like no. And I remember running, like I ran. I don't know where I ran to, but I ran. And like I have the memory of me sitting my parents down and telling them, but they swore I never told them about that. But I ended up telling them as I got older.
What was their response?
Like, I don't know. Like, my mom is like, oh, you never tell me. You never, like, my mom's response is like, oh, you shouldn't have told me before. You know, I would have done something, all this extra stuff. But it's like, I don't know. Like, as it was going on, I always felt alone, and it still goes on, and I'm still alone. So it's like.
So how does that really make you feel?
It makes me, I don't know.
You ain't gotta smile through it. How does it really make you feel?
It makes me resent boys. Like, I don't like men at all. At all. I hate them with a passion. Like, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why, like, I don't want my dad to take it personal, but like, it's one of the reasons why I don't like want to stay with my father, only because of like, I don't like being around male figures. I'm not used to being around male figures. It's not for me. I'm used to being in a house with all females, nothing but girls.
How do you feel about telling your mom, telling your dad, and them either not believing it or not really doing much about it?
I know my dad, my dad is really like a ride or die for me. My mom, I don't know. I don't really know what to say about my mom. Like, I've seen her go hard, but it's like, I don't feel like it's a genuine go hard. I feel like she just forced to go hard.
What I'm saying is that, though, do you feel any type of way based on because you're still 17, so you may still not even have the full perspective here. I'll take it to go box, man. I'll take the go box and the ticket whenever y'all ready. But yeah, you may not have the perspective yet, right? Because you're 17 still, but you may get older and kind of feel away, like they didn't protect, or like when you did say something, there was not much done about it, and that may make you feel a certain way. You may have resentment. Is there any of that inside?
Yeah, because as I was going through it, like, as that has happened to me, that made me like hypersexual in my relationships, and like I would like try to talk to that about my mom, because she's the only female I know, and she's like the only person I know that, I don't know, it's my mom. I'd rather talk to my mom about everything than anybody else. When I try to talk to her about stuff like that, it's like she don't want to listen to me, or like she rather throws what she done or like what she's doing, and it's like.
So she's not a good listener, and it sounds like she doesn't help you to process what you're feeling.
Yes, and like when I need that shoulder to lean on, she wasn't really there. Now
it's a hard shoulder.
Yeah, like
it's not a soft shoulder
at all.
And so, has she heard these things from you?
I've tried to talk to my mom one-on-one multiple times, but I just feel like my mom is never gonna listen to me.
Well, I'll tell you what tends to happen. They tend to listen once you're on my channel, because they know that everybody else is watching too. And so when you do things in private, it's a little easier to kind of get away with it and not think about it. But when kind of like they know that a lot of people are watching, they kind of rethink like, oh, wait a minute, I need to talk to my baby.
I would hope so. I would hope so.
Well, that's how it tends to go. So, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm gonna ask your dad, like, what the heck? Like, so you heard about your daughter being SA'd and you didn't really do nothing about it? Like the same guy, it happened at 4 and 10 years old? Oh yeah, I'd have been under the jail.
And me personally, it never stopped, only because.
When you say it never stopped, what does that mean?
It never stopped.
Meaning
like,
the same person, or just like different people and
men in general? Like with him specifically, he never tried me again after the age of 10, because for one, I stayed back in the South. I didn't want to go back to New York because of that reason. But my mom, she was overwhelmed with me and my sister. She sent me and my sisters to New York for the summer to go stay with my grandma.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the house, and like I will call my mom every day. Mom, I don't want to be he's here. I'm locking myself in a room with a knife because I don't want to be.
But it
around
never
this
happened
nigga.
again, right? So what was it?
No, because I want to stab him. I got 2 little sisters now. That's
Right,
not
so
going
you ain't
down.
you ain't going for it. That's what always tends to happen. The victim usually is a victim up until a certain point, but then if they have little siblings that they think, oh, this could happen to my little sibling, that's when they find their real backbone and they're like, oh hell no, I went through it. You damn sure ain't about to put my little sister through it.
At all.
So, but what was it that was happening? Because you say that things like that continue to happen. So give us an example, like what was happening?
Like for example, like I would get followed on the way home from work in New York. I would be on the train station. Like it was this one incident. I was on a train and this guy, he was walking and I seen him and I was on my phone and he came and sat next to me and he was like, oh, you're very beautiful. Can I get your number? All this extra stuff. And I was like, I'm 17. I don't want to talk to you. Followed me on the train and he sat right in front of me. I'm like, why'd you follow me? It was like, oh, I got a daughter the same age as you. I'm just trying to get to know you. Da 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 da. Grown old men. I'm like, bro. And like at that time, I didn't have a pokey. I didn't have a scab. I ain't had no protection on me for real. So
Probably terrifying as a young lady, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, I have kids that are close to your age, so I can only imagine.
yeah, but thank God, like he got off the, I don't know what possessed him, but he got off a stop earlier. But he definitely followed me.
But no
like,
other actual instances of like, you know what I'm saying, being essayed in any way or anything like that?
No, not
Just kind of like
besides-
guys like coming after you. And you know, of course you're a pretty girl, right? So I get it. Like I've got cute young ladies as well. I know that I teach them what men are, the real nature of men, right? So that they're not unaware. You know what I'm saying? And because I don't want them to have the feeling that you have. Like, oh, I hate all men. You know what I'm saying? And that type of stuff. It's like, no, you have to hate men. You just need to know what men are. You know what I'm saying? And not have any blinders on, right? So, okay, so you're here. And I guess what I'm hearing is that you're here because that's just a pattern. Like you be having to go here, go there, you know what I'm saying? And so this is your latest stop, but you're like, all right, I want to get back. I want to get back to New York. I want to get back to what I've been accustomed to.
My dad personally thinks that I can't achieve nothing in New York and that New York is not for me. But I'm not gonna lie, I've been surviving in New York by myself, like without my mom, without him sending me any money or nothing.
So when you say by yourself, that's those times when you're like homeless with your girlfriend and stuff like that? Okay,
no,
so what do you
those are the actual times I'm by myself. Like I'm just staying with my grandma. Like my grandma, she work all day and like she's getting old, so like she goes to the house, take care of what she gotta take care of. Me, I'm on my own.
You be mostly outside, but then you come home to sleep type deal. That type of deal?
Yes, that's the only problem I have. Like I just be needing somewhere to like sleep at night. Like me, cause I'm a go-getter. I'll find my way to get money any types of way. But I just want a stable job, and I had a stable job in New York. And yeah, $60 check ain't nothing, but like it was only cause of how the schedule and all this was. It was other jobs I was getting offer up on that I was getting somewhere in New York. I was about to be a whole new face in New York.
A whole who?
A whole new face. Like I feel like I could actually make it in New York. It's just my parents keep
Make it doing what? What is it that you want to do?
I could do a lot.
Well, what do you want to do? What is it that you see yourself making it in?
My passion is nursing, and there's a lot of like, how they call it? Like opportunities out there. Like me, I already finished school.
Listen, nursing. So you finished school? Okay, so you're set to start college?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, listen, I'm not gonna tell you what to do or nothing like that, right? But
I just don't want to like start college and stuff like that until like I'm stable. That's why I want to stack up my money first and get my own spot so I don't have to rely on everybody, because that was me my whole time growing up.
Well, you're still growing up, okay? You're 17. You're not even a legal adult yet, okay?
But, yes.
So what I'm saying is that, listen, I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but I mean, listen, you're down here. I think that it would be unwise to just run back up there so fast, right? At least give it a chance, right? So how long does giving it a chance, how long is that? Well, I would say at least maybe 3 months, you know what I'm saying? 90 days type deal. Some would say 6 months, right? You gotta give things a chance. You gotta like let it flow. See if you can find the lane. What is it that would have been your plan had you been up there?
I want to have a second job. I would have been working 2 jobs.
Okay, but were you gonna be on like public assistance or something? Like, because New York is expensive.
It's expensive if you make it expensive.
No, it's expensive because it is expensive. Like, as far as just the numbers. Like, in other words, what's the average rent up in New York?
If I'm not mistaken, no more than 1,000.
In what part of New York?
I don't know.
Like, what part of New York? Like, that, listen,
I've been looking.
1,000 is a good rent down here. That's down here. Up there, I'm sure is more. I'm sure it's minimum $2,000 for like.
For one bedroom studios, it's not that much. And it comes with a bathroom and a little kitchen. You don't have to look
I would have to,
life in
no,
New York.
for sure. But I would have to look up the current prices. But okay, so let's say that that's the case. So you're saying you kind of want to thug it out, you know, be working 2 jobs or figuring it out, and just basically be able to pay your rent, do that type of stuff. And I get that, right? I'll say this. I tell my kids all the time, and they actually listen to me in this regard. Don't be in such a rush to grow up. It sucks. Okay? I'm telling you, it sucks. Like, all it is paying bills and responsibilities and trying to figure it out. And so it's like, while you're still at the appropriate age to be living with a parent or something like that, right? And I get why you have your trepidation, right? You just told us a lot of stuff. But I would say try to figure that out, because that'll allow you to stack some money up, or even have a longer term plan where, okay, I'm gonna stay with them for 3-4 years or whatever until I get my degree, right? Because what you don't want to do is put yourself out here at 18-ish and be just able to do it, which feels good at 18. But as you age, it doesn't start to feel good anymore. It feels like you're on a never-ending treadmill, because all you're doing is working 2 or 3 jobs to pay your bills. And you don't feel like you're able to do things to get ahead, like fit school in or fit this in or fit that in. It's easier to do that stuff when you don't have those bills, okay? When you can just focus on school, focus on whatever it is. You can have your job still, right? Have your job, focus on school. So you have a little money, you're stacking a little money, and you're also putting yourself in a position to have higher wages, higher earnings. Because that little money that you make at the entry level is gonna feel good at 18, it's gonna feel horrible at 25. So my recommendation is that you just kind of just slow it down a little bit and come up with a longer term plan, because just having a plan to like be able to pay your bills and stuff right now is a trap that a lot of youngsters fall into, because it feels good when you're that age. It's like you feel accomplished. You're like, I'm grown, I can handle this, I can pay my bills, everything's good. But as you get older and you start to like see like people that are your age that are doing better, and you start to want more and all this different stuff, and you're realizing like, shit, all I'm doing is working to pay bills, making up, rinse, repeat. And it's gonna feel like that sucks. So my recommendation, find a way to live on someone else's dime kind of for the next 3 or 4 years, which is your parents, okay? That's the best way, or your grandparents. And have that 3 or 4 year plan that you go to school, you get your nursing degree, you come out, now you're able to live on your own. Now you're able to really live, pay bills, have a life, have hobbies, take a vacation when you need to, that kind of stuff. Okay? So that's my recommendation. This is the same exact thing I would tell my 16-year-old if she was sitting right in front of me. Okay? So, all right, young lady, listen, we appreciate you taking the time, just unloading, answering all of our questions, of course. If anybody out there did want to reach out, help, donate, anything like that, do you have ways they can do that?
Yes, my Cash App is PrettyJenna18.
So how do you spell it?
Instagram, PrettyJenna18. My Instagram is 444.ANASTASHIA.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, I mean, if anybody has any mentorship or just words of advice, or you got a job you can offer her, please do not hit this young lady up on any creepy stuff. Let me say that right now, guys.
Oh, because you will get bombed.
Like, please don't. Like, let's not even make it so she has to do any of that stuff, okay, guys? Like, let's be appropriate on this one, okay? And so, if you do have something that can help her out, resource, job, words of encouragement, anything like that, definitely hit her up. And of course, you know, if you want to tap up her Cash App, tap it up too. Not the $1 hit me up request. No $1 with the phone number in there, hit me up. We don't want those, okay? Like, you can keep those, all right? But yeah, we definitely appreciate you and definitely wish you nothing but the best, okay?
Thank you.
Make sure you have a good one, sweetie. All right.